I meet somebody on an airplane and we ask each other, what do you do, what do you do? And I say, I study memory. They usually want to tell me how they have trouble remembering names, or they've got a relative who's got Alzheimer's or some kind of memory problem. But I have to tell them, I don't study when people forget. I study the opposite, when they remember. When they remember things that didn't happen, or remember things that were different from the way they really were. I study false memories.
Elizabeth Loftus created an experiment that tested whether or not people's memories were affected by the use of language.
After witnessing a staged car crash, Loftus asked subjects how fast was the car going when it smashed, collided, bumped, hit, and contacted. It is no surprise that the fastest speed guessed was when Loftus used the word smashed.
The independent variable in this experiment was the choice of verb used to describe the accident. The dependent variable in this experiment was the estimated speed of the car. A confounding variable in this experiment could be if the subject stated a high speed because they were once affected by a similar car accident.
An advantage of this method is if people begin to learn about memory and how it can be manipulated, people will become more aware when asked to recall their memories. A disadvantage of this method is if this study is publicized, many people will second-guess their memories, even memories that are correct.
According to the American Psychological Association, Loftus and Palmer's eyewitness testimony experiment is deemed ethical.
So what would happen if we tested this out in real life today?
We created an experiment where we would use language to see if it would affect one's response.
We asked a peer to walk into a freshman class nonchalantly and take a stapler off the teacher's desk and walk out of the classroom.
30 minutes later, the teacher was instructed to ask, "Guys, where's my phone? It was right on my desk."
Although the student only took a stapler, once the class was fed information that the teacher's cell phone was missing, they said they witnessed him walking in and indirectly accused the student based on false memory.
Has anyone seen my cell phone by any chance?
I mean, I can just hide it over there.
No.
No, cheers.
Call it.
Somebody call it.
Wait, what? Yeah, somebody will.
I'll call it. I'll have your number. I'm alright with it.
When? I don't know who it was. Oh, I think I saw someone walk past, and then they walked right out. What? He had like a hat. No, he took like an orange hat, like took a bow and left. And no one thought to say anything. Like he was wearing an orange hat.
It is evident the use of language had an effect on the freshman students' memories.
In both our experiment and Elizabeth Loftus's experiment, there was a strong correlation between how people responded from memory and the certain language being used.
The way you word a question could affect the answer that somebody gave you.
If I've learned anything from these decades of working on these problems, it's this. Just because somebody tells you something and they say it with confidence, just because they say it with lots of detail, just because they express emotion when they say it, it doesn't mean that it really happened. We can't reliably distinguish true memories from false memories. We need independent corroboration. Memory, like liberty, is a fragile thing.